Alright, I won't waste your time. We're 4 or 5 days away from what could be the biggest Dead Rails update yet. As always, that's assuming no delays. Updates usually follow a 2-week cycle, and if anything changes, the devs or question helpers in the official Discord will let us know. So mark your calendars. July 4th is likely the date, but depending on your location, it could drop on the 3rd or even late at night. For me, it's usually around 9 p.m. on the 4th. Now real quick, let's talk confirmed leaks. Yes, confirmed. According to actual question helpers on the Dead Rails Discord, the next update is going to include ladders, flare guns, and fireworks. These were unintentionally leaked. I said it in the last video, but yeah, they're legit. If you're skeptical, go to the official Discord linked in the Roblox game menu. Check the questions tab and just ask. The helpers with the verified badge will confirm it. Don't trust random YouTube videos or unofficial tweets. Just the devs and helpers. But now, let's get into some fresh ideas. Some of these are pulled from the suggestion tab, and some are concepts that I think would make for insanely cool additions. Let's start with something you might have already seen in the thumbnail. The church train. This thing would cost 280 bonds, and it's not just for looks. The church train would emit holy water in a wide radius, dealing damage over time to any enemies who get too close. Zombies, demons, even werewolves. It's both a defensive and thematic powerhouse. Just imagine rolling through the wasteland, blessing the tracks as you go. Next up, the Scarecrow Zombie. Yeah, it's technically a zombie, but it actually helps you. It stands completely still, almost like a statue, and repels hostile wildlife. Wolves, werewolves, you name it. Think of it as a portable talisman. You can pick it up and carry it in your sack, but it dies in one hit. Still, super useful. Now imagine stumbling into a mysterious new structure out in the wild. The American Native Town. It would pop up between 50 and 60 kilometers, featuring 9 handcrafted houses, each loaded with unique loot and storytelling potential. When you explore this town, you'll come across some really unique gear, like imagine grabbing a bone dagger, quick, light, and perfect for fast, close-up strikes. Then there's the bow and arrows, kind of like a lighter version of the crossbow, but still solid for keeping enemies at a distance. You'll also run into spears, which are super versatile, stab up close or chuck them for distance. And then there's the Machahuitl, kind of like a brutal blade that deals massive damage when fully charged. Plus, it causes enemies to bleed over time. Now for the more special stuff, jade necklaces. These are a total game changer. You die? Boom. It shocks your enemies with a bolt of light and brings you back to life. You only get one use though, so it's like clutch for solo runs. And yeah, there are drums. Maybe not game-breaking, but come on, it's a vibe. Hit one while the sun's rising? Feels kind of poetic. And one last detail you don't want to miss, the Rain Crown. You can get it by taking down the native leader zombie, and once you've got it equipped, every time it rains, your stats double. So yeah, it's not just for the drip, it's actually super useful. As for the enemies in this area, you've got spear-wielding zombies patrolling outside the town. Inside, there are bow-armed zombies waiting to snipe you. And then there's the native leader zombie. This one's tough. It's got 250 horsepower, hits with a Machahuitl, and moves 2.5 times faster than you. So yeah, definitely not something you want to underestimate. Now, utility time? We need a clock item. Available in general stores for $15, this lets you always see the in-game time on your HUD. Super helpful for challenges like Pony Express, or just knowing when it's about to get dark. Let's talk about some fresh new class ideas that I think could really shake up the game. Bounty Hunter. This class is all about tracking down outlaws. You make double the money whenever you sell one, and you deal 75% more damage to them too. You start out with a Mauser and a couple rounds of ammo, so you're ready to hit the road right away. Morpher? This one's a little wild. You can actually morph into any corpse you find and take on its powers. For example, if you morph into a vampire corpse, you'll be able to heal yourself by attacking. If you die while in a morphed form, you don't fully die. You just pop back out with 5 HP left. Risky, but cool. Shadow, perfect for night missions. You get night vision, stealth buffs, and even a bit of regeneration when you're in the dark. But there's a trade-off. If you run into a vampire, you take double damage. So definitely a tactical pick. Collector, this class gives you more space in your sack. 10 extra slots, actually, which is great for looting. But once you go over 15 items, you'll start moving slower. So it's really about balance. Now let's get into trains real quick. So the Mark Cell train is basically your moneymaker. Everyone on board earns 1.25 times more cash, and yeah, it's got a rooftop section, which just makes it even cooler. Then there's the double train. This one's a bit fancier. It's got 2 full levels, a little balcony, and even a conductor's room up top. It's not cheap though. It'll set you back 345 bonds, but honestly, it's worth it if you're into style and function, buffs and debuffs. Gold Train gives you 1.5 times more golden loot across the board. Pretty solid boost if you're farming. Hunter Buff. You'll deal 75% more damage to any kind of animal and bear traps. They just don't trigger on you. Makes this buff a must-have for hunting runs. Vampire Buff. You'll regenerate health anytime you're covered in blood, which is insanely useful in melee-heavy fights. But the downside, you'll lose blood faster than normal, so keeping your health up becomes a balancing act. Skeleton Debuff. If you're playing as a skeleton, tough luck. You don't bleed, which means no blood regen. So that vampire buff, totally useless here. Weapons and mechanics, Spyglass. When you've got this thing equipped, it attaches to your rifle and basically turns it into a sniper setup. Not only does it boost your range, but you also get 2.5 times more damage. You can usually find these at places like the sheriff's office, general store, or abandoned forts. Super handy if you're into long-range combat. Bayonets. These let you turn your rifle into a solid melee weapon. It hits just like a cavalry sword, so you're not giving up damage when you're out of bullets. Great backup option. Mortar, Morser M 1899. This one's a beast. It's kind of like a cannon, but on steroids. Found only in abandoned gunsmiths. The reload is slow, takes like 20 seconds. But when it hits, it really hits. Definitely something you want for big fights if you can get your hands on it. More classes. Alright, so we've got a few more class concepts that really switch things up. The sniper class is all about staying at range. You start off with a bolt-action rifle, a spyglass attached for long-distance shots, and a shovel just in case. You deal double damage with ranged weapons, but yeah, you're not going to do much in close-quarters combat. Next, there's the Cannoner. This class actually spawns with a cannon and a cannonball. Wild, right? You get double the explosive damage, which is amazing during big fights, but there's a catch. You're easier for enemies to spot, so positioning really matters. Then we've got the Peacemaker. Super interesting concept. You spawn with just a shovel, but guards in Stillwater and even outlaws won't attack you. You also move 1.5 times faster and enemies are less likely to notice you. Great for stealth runs or navigating hostile zones without constantly getting jumped. And here's a mechanic I'd love to see. Imagine soaking arrows in liquids, like literally dip your crossbow bolts into different potions. Angel Tears? Fire one into your teammate to heal them. Devil Tears? Light up a group of enemies. Primordial Soup? Instantly revive someone after they drop. This would make crossbows way more versatile and give you tons of creative options during combat. And lastly, the Military Officer class. Spawns with a saber, navy revolver, ammo, and map. Can see unique POIs on the map. Nearby teammates get buffs to damage, healing, and fire rate. Enemies will always prioritize targeting the officer, especially outlaws who will headshot instantly on detection special ability, Charging Order. After killing 50 enemies or buffing teammates who kill, the officer can trigger a 15-second mega buff, plus 300% damage, plus 200% speed, plus 150% healing, followed by a 3-second cooldown debuff. This class would cost 125 bonds and would basically turn any team into a mobile fortress. If even half of these ideas made it into the game, Dead Rails would hit another level. Let me know in the comments what your favorite idea was, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. We're this close to 10,000 subs, and every one of you helps make this community better. See you in the next one.